Hi everyone, Jen here from Memory Keeping with Jen. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for coming and watching this video today with me. Today I am going to be doing something totally on the whim. I'm not following a layout. I'm kind of just going to wing it. It's actually, I'm filming this during the January 2025 virtual crop weekend. I've already done 2 of the layouts. I did post them to my Facebook page. I did a video for one of them. If you haven't yet seen that or visited my Facebook page, Memory Keeping with Jen 2 Ends. This layout is not going to be one of the virtual crop sketches because the photos I have just don't fit one of the sketches. So I have said it before, I work chronologically. So I have all my pictures printed. So I'm currently working on my 2011 year in review album, and I have all my pictures printed, I think through the end of September of that year. September, October. And I'm currently working on August. Although I look at the pictures and I'm not sure why. They're definitely from August, but my son is wearing pants and a long sleeve, so I'm guessing maybe it's because we brought his jacket because it was cold in the bowling alley. I don't really remember, but they're definitely all dated from August. So I'm gonna go with that they're August. Anyway, so I don't typically jump around. Like, I could go through the pictures I have printed to see if I have something that aligns with one of the other sketches, but I'm not gonna do that right now. I really wanna get these bowling pictures done. I had some ideas that I wanted to do. So I did take some time this morning. I tried and failed at creating a bowling pin using my oval cutters. I got frustrated. I spent probably half an hour, different size ovals. I probably should have filmed it, but I didn't. And I ended up deciding to just go ahead and print some bowling pins from my Cricut. So that's what I have. The papers I have today, I'm doing it a little bit differently. So I only have 4 pages. This is going to be a 2-page layout. I have 4 pages here. I have 2 that I'm going to use as the background. And then I have 2 that I'm going to use for, for the photo mats. And I'm not sure which of these I'm going to use for the photo mats. I might end up using both. I have to see how the backgrounds turn out. Again, I'm totally winging it today. I just kind of have a thought of how I'm going to do it. And then I actually have my pages. I'm going to work on the pages today. These are the pages that actually go in the album. And you will see, so like this one I already have, the last one that I did. This was the sketch I did yesterday that I was very excited about. I already have it adhered to that page to go in the album. So when I do mine, I put them on the pages like this, and then I put them in my storage cabinet until I'm ready to put them in the album. I have not yet purchased the albums that I'm going to use. I think I'm up to 2 albums right now. I'm going to need probably at least 3, possibly 4. And I typically wait until I know exactly how many albums, because I've kind of burdened myself in the past buying an album, and I'm like, oh, I love that album, I'm going to use it for a project, and then I go and do all the pages, and I realize I need more than 1 album, and then I have to go and find it on eBay or somewhere else. So I kind of learned my lesson not to do that anymore. So my thought is I'm going to use the stripes in the middle, and then I'm going to use the green on the top and the bottom. So I'm going to cut this 6 by 12 inches. And then I need 4 3 by 3 of this one. Again, I don't even know. I could put all this together and absolutely hate it, but we'll see. And, if I don't like it, it happens. I look back through some of my old albums and I'm like, oh my God, what was I thinking when I did that page? Or, there's some pages that I look at and I'm like, ooh, I think I must have been tired or rushing through that page because it really doesn't look like I put a lot of time or effort into it, but so we'll see. I'm going to just line it all up first to make sure it goes the way I want it to go and fits and all that good stuff. before I start adhering it down. Yeah, see, there's just a little bit of space in between here. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do another border strip, I think, here to kind of tie it in. And I have the bowling stuff, so I'm gonna have to see. I'm gonna use this brown though, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna use this brown. Yep. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and lay these down because I know this is what I'm gonna do. And then I will fill in the gaps. And you know, it happens. Sometimes paper is just not cut right, or, you know, obviously you just watch me do it, but it's possible that maybe the sheets weren't true 12 by 12 sheets before I cut them. Disclosure, I think the green cardstock is Creative Memories. I'm honestly not sure. I had it in my green colored bin, and it wasn't in any kind of packaging or anything. So, and this paper I know is not Creative Memories. I don't know what it is, but I know it's not Creative Memories. So it's possible that they weren't really true 12 by 12. So no big deal. Not worried. I have not yet thought about a title for this page. Obviously it's something to do with bowling. I'm not a big bowler, so I don't really know a lot of the bowling terms. You know, it's just something that we take my kids to do once in a while. When I was growing up, we bowled a lot. My grandparents and my uncles were in a bowling league, and, you know, we'd go for Sunday breakfast at the bowling alley, and I never really enjoyed it for various reasons, but that's neither here nor there. So my kids, I've only taken them, you know, a few times, something to do. Okay, so I have that part down. I'm happy with that. I'm gonna take a quick look and see what I have for a border maker that I could do versus just doing a straight line. I'm gonna see if I have some kind of a border maker that I could put there. Let me just look on that. Okay, I'm gonna try the Rainbow Ripple. I don't know if it's gonna really have the effect that I want, but I've never used this punch, and I've learned recently that my brand new punches end up having like, it's not really grease, but there's like marks on the page, and one of you, thank you very much, actually a couple of you did, thank you very much, suggested that it's from when they made it, the oils from when they made the punch, and to use a piece of scrap paper. So I'm just gonna punch a scrap paper here for now. Oh, you can see my paper is kind of ripped right there, so no big deal. Okay. Yeah, I already can tell this isn't going to do what I want it to do. See, this is why I'm glad I did a piece of scrap paper. Oh, that's kind of cool. Not for this page, but for another one to kind of alternate it like that. Okay. I'm going to get a different punch. This isn't what I want. I want something a little bit more solid, and I might need to, maybe, I'm thinking maybe I'll use my decorative trimmer and just kind of do a thin strip across to kind of make it look like because the ball is going to be moving. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Let me grab my decorative trimmer. I'll see if I like that way that looks. I just need a thin strip. I don't need anything crazy. I have the really old decorative trimmer. This is, I guess, the original one. I've had this, does it have a sticker on it? No. Yeah, it doesn't have a year or anything on it. I've had this since I started scrapbooking. It's old. All right, this paper I know is not 12 by 12, so I just have to see which way I need to cut. Okay, so I'm gonna cut right here. It even has the original old yellow blades. So that's how, I'll say how little I've used it. I don't know if that's good or bad. All right, let me just put one down and see if I like the way it kind of, yeah, I'm good with that. Okay. So I need 4 of those. The next thing I'm starting to think about a little bit is I have 6 pictures. I actually have 7, but I'm going to use 6 pictures. I have to think about what size the pictures need to be to fit 3 across. So I don't want them to go all the way to the edge, and I'm going to mount them. So I'm going to think if I do the mats at 3.5 each, it's 3, 6, 9, 10.5. If I did the mats at 3.5, then I could do the photos at 3. That would probably be fine. And I'm totally of the belief that not every page has to be completely elaborate. I don't really use a lot of embellishments on my pages. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I like to kind of just focus on the picture. I honestly don't even really do a lot of journaling. Depends on what the picture is. If there's a good story that goes with it, or if it's not self-explanatory. I do like to put the people in my pictures, just because I, as my kids, get older and they may not know who everybody in the pictures are. I'm finding that now with my grandparents' pictures, like there's so many pictures I'm going through, and honestly, I have no idea who, I'll say probably half the people are. But at the same time, there's so many pictures. I'm trying to just coordinate enough so I can bring a handful at a time to my grandmother. I don't want to overwhelm her trying to remember who everybody is either. Okay, that's good. So I'm going to do my photos before I put my bowling pins in. Let's see. All right, so I want my photo mats to be 3.5 by 5. I think. Let me get my ruler. I don't want it to overlap, so let's see. Yeah, 5 will give me a little bit in between. Okay. And then I'll go 10. Yep. I'm half talking to you, half talking to myself. So you know how that goes. And this is a good extra. I will put this in my spare border box that I have. And I want 3.5. 3.5. I think so. I think I'll do 3.5. Let me just look and see. And then I'm going to have to trim my photos kind of a lot, actually, to make them fit in a 3.5. I'm going to, let me just, because a 3.5 by 5, they would have to be 3 by 4.5. I could probably make it. Let's see. I'll try it and see. I'm not going to keep that. That's silly. I'm not going to cut that one yet. I want to see if I have my photo grids. If there's one for 3.5 by. So I say that I love these photo trimming grids, but then I never use them. Because they typically don't have the size that I always want. They're great to have, but definitely not doing a 2x2, but that's actually kind of a good idea. It's cute. I could use that for something else, actually. 4x3. So I want 3x4.5. And I don't have 3x4.5. Okay. So I'm gonna just take this and just look at my pictures to see. So it's 3x4. So I need it to be just a little bit longer. So I have to kind of see how and where I would cut my photo. Okay. To not compromise the image in the photo. I think this one is fine. This one is fine. That one is fine. So I guess it's really just the first one that is a little bit bigger. So maybe what I'll do for this one is maybe I'll have a bigger photo. 3.5 by 5.5. Yeah, I think I'd rather do this one at 3.5 and 5.5 because I kind of want to get the bowling ball return at least a little bit in the photo. Okay, so I'm gonna change it up just a little bit. So if I do 3.5 by 5.5, I need a 4x6. Shoot, this is. All right, let me. How big did I say? This is 5. And I need, all right, I need one more 3.5. And then I could probably get one 4x6 out of here. I'm not gonna get 2. I'm questioning because I don't know that I have another sheet of this. So I'm thinking maybe I either skip a photo mat on the one in the middle. Which could potentially work. So I'm thinking like, I'll go like this. It's kind of big, but. And then I think I'll do that one, that one. I always prefer to put them in order, but order is not going to happen this time. That one. And that one. All right, I'm going to go see if I have another sheet of this color so that I could do 2 4x6s. So I'm going to show you all what I use. So I have these iris bins, and you see I have it marked. I don't know if you can see it. Brown, beige, yellow. Brown, beige, and yellow. So I'm going to go through here and see. Whoops. Adjust that camera just a little bit. There we go. Sorry for the glare. So this is how I keep my cardstock and decorative paper. That's kind of mismatched. I just keep it like this in these bins. And then I go through. I could probably even, oh, you know what? I can use this brown. Maybe. No, I don't want to use that again. I will put that back in there. This is not the same color, but maybe a green. Oh wait, this is not the same color. You know, this is always the fun part. At least not that color again. And I say this is the fun part, dripping with sarcasm. This, for me, I don't know if it is for you, but this tends to be the most frustrating part, is finding the right colors that I'm going to use for something. I'm feeling like I need green. I don't think I have another sheet of this color. I think that's probably why I grabbed it. I was like, oh, I could use that. Maybe I could use this yellow. Nope, nope. I don't want another brown. I already have brown. Okay, I'm gonna find my greens. Oh, that's definitely too green. Is it? Yeah, I don't think I like that color. Okay, I'm gonna go through my journaling, my Storybox mats, and see if I have a green in here. Which I actually think I maybe like this one. Oh, of course, it's not. I like this one, but of course it's journaling box. Not what I want. And a lot of yellow. I don't really use yellow. I feel like this is just one of those things when I see it, I'm gonna be like, yep, that's the one. And it's not any of those. Two of these, I could use this color. There you go. Got it. Okay. I do know this needs to be trimmed a little bit because these are not 4x6. I think these are 4.5 by 6. Yeah. It's just a little bit too big. I typically like to have everything ready as I'm scrapbooking. I don't like exactly what I just did. I don't like having to go back and be like, oh, it's not gonna work. Let me find something else. So now my question is, do I do it this way? Is like the start, and then the end? Mix it up a little bit. I think that's gonna work. Okay, sorry about that. There was just my son just came downstairs, so I stopped for just a moment because any chance I get to have even a brief conversation with him, I will take. He's a senior in high school. He'll be graduating this year, and then he's going off to college. He wants to go somewhere warm, not in Connecticut. I don't blame him at all. So far, he's been accepted to one school in He applied to 9 schools. He's been accepted to 1 in North Carolina and 1 in Delaware. His first choice is a school in Virginia we're still waiting on. His second choice was, I don't know if it still is, I feel like maybe it's changed, a school in South Carolina. He was waitlisted there. And then we're still waiting to hear on 5 more schools. So he was accepted to 2, waitlisted to 2, and the other 5 are TBD. So it's going to be a rough year for me. Again, he's my oldest. I say he's my mini-me, although he's 6'4" and 5'9". But of both my kids, he and I have the most similar personalities, without a doubt. Okay, so I'm gonna now cut my photos. Again, I'm doing the bowling pins at the end because I'm not sure exactly. I think I'm gonna probably end up putting them kind of in the middle, and then I'm gonna probably do a title across the top, but I'm not sure what the title's gonna be. All right, I need this to be 4x6. Oh no, 3.5 by 5.5. 3.5. Oh look, I'm gonna use my little grid. I haven't used this. 3.5 by 5.5. Do I want to do it that way? Yeah. Let's see. I don't have my photo pencil here. It's around somewhere, but I have colored pencils on my desk, so I just use a colored pencil. It's kind of hard to see, but it's fine. Make it work. Alright, so that one's gonna go there. And then what did I say the other ones have to be? 3 by 4.5. And I'm kind of, that's going there. Again, I like to put them in order, so I think, okay. Is actually on here. Holy cow. Okay. Start at the top. I don't need that. I have my older son, the one that's a senior, is not very athletic, which is fine. I'm not either, so I certainly don't fault him or get upset or anything like that. But he, even bowling, like, he's very competitive. I didn't tell you he didn't really go bowling that often. I don't think he really liked it because he would get, I don't know that he's competitive. I think he would get frustrated easily when he didn't do well. And this one's going to be 4x6. No, 3.5 by 5.5. Sorry. 3.5. And I got to mark my 5.5 line. Which area I want to trim the top of that off right there. Start with that first. Excuse me. I'm still working on this cold here that I have. But I'm very, very close. Just You know, I don't consider myself to be a creative person at all. So it feels good when I can come up with a layout like this on my own. I usually don't like to because I feel like it takes longer, which it kind of did, right? Because I had to do these things here, and then I didn't have the right paper for photo mats, and so it did take a little bit longer than had I been using a sketch, but at the same time, it feels good to know that I was a little bit creative. And again, it doesn't have to be, I'm not one that has, all my pages don't have to be magazine worthy. I do it because I enjoy doing it. I do it for myself, I do it for my kids. My kids are like, oh wow, Mom, I love those embellishments you put on there. I mean, obviously it looks nice. They're more about who's in the picture and what's going on in the picture. Okay. So I still have these attached to my mat. Don't mind my mat, it's pretty gross. So I'm gonna start this, oh shoot, you know what, I need my, so I will save this. This is a good piece to save. I do need my multi-purpose tool. And I'm gonna need another piece of white that, I'll use this. So I need to just do a little bit of white for the, and I'm just gonna cut it out and attach it after. So I have a Cricut. I don't know how many of you have a Cricut, don't have a Cricut. I'm honestly still learning how to use it. I struggled a little bit making these things this morning. So it's an outline shape, which I didn't want. So if you see now, I have two pieces here that I have to take off. So I think my red is going to be a little bit too big because I think the red is meant to go from this edge and not the inside edge, but that's okay. I'll trim the red if I need to trim it. And I've watched videos on how to do it. For me, I just don't use it often enough to remember what I have to do. Like I tried welding, I tried extracting, I tried slicing, and I was just like, that's it, I'm done. I'm just gonna do it like this and work with it. I think if I used it a little bit more, I would kind of get the hang of it a little bit more, and I didn't really have time, or I shouldn't say that. I didn't want to take the time this morning to watch a video. I could have made time. I didn't want to. Again, because I have other things that I'm working on, and I probably have too many bowling pins, because when I had it in my mind, I kind of was thinking one thing. Like I was kind of thinking having the ball going down and then the bowling pins lining up, but bowling pins kind of turned out a little bit larger than I thought, so no big deal. I'm gonna get my tweezers. And I have tweezers because it's gonna be easier to place it down. I will end up fast forwarding through this. You all don't need to watch me place all these little bowling pin necks on here. It's kind of mundane. But I am gonna I'm gonna do a little something else, not creative memories. Again, listen, I'm a creative memories advisor. I love creative memories. I only use their albums, but there are just some tools that I find are a little bit easier from other companies. I'm just popping out my little necks here, so I have them ready to go. And then I'm going to show you what I have that I have found to be incredibly helpful with small things like this. And I did learn about this from one of the videos, Jennifer Maker, I think it was. So the little necks, some of them, they didn't pop out all that well, so I'm gonna have to trim some of them. It's fine. All right, my little trick here for this, if you have small things, and sometimes the mini tape runner is just even too big, this Barely Art Precision Craft Glue, I love this stuff. And you don't need a lot, and it goes on, it just works so well. And it sticks easily. So I'm gonna fast forward through all this. Again, you don't need to watch me do all this. So I'm gonna stop talking. Okay, my bowling pins are done. That wasn't so bad. So this Precision Craft Glue just comes with a pin so that it doesn't dry up and get clogged. All right, I'm gonna do my bowling ball first, and I'm literally just gonna cut a little piece, just enough to cover up the holes and make them look white, and I will trim that off. What side do I want? I'm gonna put it on the side. I know I could have cut the holes out with the Cricut, but again, I feel like it would have just taken so much time to do that. It wasn't necessary. All right, let's see here. I kind of have a lot of bowling balls, but bowling pins, I should say. Again, I wanted it to print so that these were sliced, and I just couldn't get it, so it's fine. But I think I'm gonna move them down just a little bit. Definitely want that one laying over, kind of making it look like they are falling a little bit. Yeah, all right, this side is good. I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this side down. I'm gonna start with the bottom. I do have to figure out, again, still a title. I haven't thought about a title yet, but do like that, a little bit crooked. I don't want to say gutter ball, because that's actually what happened here. He got a gutter ball. I don't want to say that because I know how he is, and he'll be like, really, Mom, I got a gutter ball? So I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to kind of think about my title a little bit, and I'm going to have to probably come back to that another time later on. I do like my little bowling pins though. I think they're kind of cute. I don't recall having any more bowling pictures, but if I do, I might use them again. I did save them in my stuff on my Cricut page. Okay, so that part's done. I still have to figure out, again, like I just said, a title. I will work on the title and then I will come back and show you the finished design once it's all done. Because it definitely needs something else. It's really kind of plain. I could even maybe put something over here. I don't think I will. Maybe I'll just move my bowling ball over a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit better. But I definitely need something up here. So I will work on that. I need to think about it a little bit more. I'm going to go get some coffee and then think about it, and then I will come back shortly. Okay, so I ended up keeping the rest of this page fairly simple. I just put on a title. I intentionally used 2 different fonts. So, and I just put Bowling Fun and then Rolling a Spare. So Bowling Fun and Spare are all the same fonts, just uppercase, lowercase, and then Rolling is a different font. So that was it. I hope this gives you a little bit of inspiration. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it this far, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like and subscribe button. I do release videos twice a week, Sundays and Thursdays typically. And if you have any thoughts, questions, comments, please feel free to drop a note below. Again, thank you so much. Happy scrapbooking. Take care.